What is going on, guys? So today I got a video for you, and it is my opinion on Linux Mint Cinnamon versus Windows 11. So this is basically about my experience when I took apart my old laptop, my Dell Inspiron 157559. It's like a budget gaming laptop. I mean budget, it was like around $1,200 back in the day, around like 2014, 2015. And that's 10 years old now, and I had to repaste it, get all the dust out of it. And I noticed that like Windows 11 was running really slowly on it, so I also put Linux Mint Cinnamon on it. And I actually put Mint on it before I took it apart, and I already noticed a big difference on how fast it boots up, how snappy everything is, how fast things respond, and overall like the RAM usage and the idle like computer usage as well. So what do I mean by that? Well, there's no forced Microsoft account when you run up or start up Linux Mint Cinnamon. You don't have to have an account or do anything. You just have your user on your computer that you set up, and it doesn't force you to connect to OneDrive. It doesn't feed data in the background to Windows telemetry to Microsoft, which means like, if things go wrong, like there's like some bug reports that it'll feed to Microsoft. It may be feeding some of your data low-key to Microsoft for its AI training, for its Copilot. And there's no constant nagging to use Edge. You're not being upsold a bunch of programs like, Microsoft Office Access. This thing comes preloaded with everything you need, like from a basic level. And it also is just much lighter weight, which is what's important, because Windows 11, when it came out, really all it was Windows 10 with a bunch of garbage added on top of it. They didn't actually make a new operating system, new OS. They just took 10 and put more stuff on top of it so they could upsell to corporations, like a new enterprise license. Then you have to buy a new Office license. They wanted to sell new subscriptions, so they put out 11, and now a lot of gaming companies just have to deal with 11 because it's the most used OS in the world still. And it's got the most recent security updates. They stopped announcing support for Windows 10, so eventually 10's not going to have all the updated security stuff, and it will be vulnerable unless if you have an antivirus. So yeah, you're kind of forced to use 11, and on older devices like this one, man, 11 runs so slow. So anyways, let me just show you around a little bit of things that I like here with Linux Mint Cinnamon. So you can see there's a start button here in the bottom left, just like Windows has. And it allows you to search through your apps, and it allows you to pin some apps. Like I got Firefox, I got system settings, I got the terminal, which is very important in Linux. You can run a lot of things in terminal, set up things in terminal. I'll do other videos on that. But what I like is that it's very Windows user friendly. So coming from Windows, I like to have all these things. My icons are in the bottom right here. I got my Wi-Fi, I got my Bluetooth, I got OBS running. It looks a lot like Windows, but it's a lot snappier. So like, for example, if I type in like Microsoft Word or like Microsoft Office, for example, it comes preloaded with LibreOffice, like Excel, Word. I think this is for PowerPoint, and then this is just like a drawing one. So it's got some basic LibreOffice preloaded already on it, and this is a community edition. It's open source, and it works opening .docx files. This works opening .xlsx files. Nowadays, if you have Windows, you need to pay for an Office subscription to be able to open docx files, xlsx files, xls files for Excel, for Word. You can't actually open it by default. You can get LibreOffice on Windows, which is nice, but hey, Linux comes preloaded with it. Cool, I like that. Another thing, right? We type in the snip tool. You can already see there's a screenshot tool, and it's the exact same thing pretty much. So you can take a screenshot of an area, of a window, of a selection, of the entire screen. Let's do like a selection. So if I do take screenshot, you can see I'm going to take some of this car and into this screenshot. It allows you to copy it to your clipboard. You can save it as an image in whatever folder you want. It's got a lot of the same stuff that Windows has, but it's, lighter weight. It's a lot easier on the RAM. Okay, let's show you one more thing here. So like if I type in Task Manager, to kind of prove my point about the RAM. Again, Windows user friendly. It knows that you want to find some sort of task manager, but it's showing you System Monitor. That's what it's called here in Linux Mint Cinnamon. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but you can see I have the resources tab open here. So if we full screen this, we can take a look. My CPU, yeah, it's running a little heavy right now, but that's because this is an older laptop and I'm recording. So there is that. But the memory itself, not too bad. I'm only at like 20% of memory usage. Network traffic, okay. And then there's also my disk, which is my hard drive, because I have my solid state and my hard drive in this computer, and it's going over both. Right now I'm recording to my hard drive this video, so that's why we're seeing some disk usage pretty intermittent here. But if this was Windows 11, expect a much higher RAM usage, much higher CPU usage, because there's a lot of things that just happen in the background. There's no surprise working on updates. Don't turn off your PC. You get to choose when you update Linux Mint Cinnamon. You can update the kernel separately. The update manager is transparent. So like if I search up update manager here, we can take a look at that guy. But yeah, what really quick before that, like this is the task manager. You can like kill processes, you know, right click them, like, which is basically stopping the process, just like task manager used to work, and you can organize them, but what's using the most CPU, what's using the most memory, and it's very nice, very easy to use, very user friendly. Anyways, so there's a new version of the update manager, but what it'll show you is like a list of everything that's being updated. It'll give you the update notes before you update it. You can update certain portions of it, or you can just choose to put it off. It won't like force you like Windows does, which is nice. And there's also like no bloatware, like I said before. So a clean install is actually clean. My buddy built a gaming PC recently, and he got like a copy of Windows with it. And Windows was like, do you want to back up your phone's photos with OneDrive? Do you want to back up your last PC? Do you want to hook up your phone? Do you want to do Google Photos? Like, do you want to set up a OneDrive account? Do you want to turn on tips and tricks for how to use Windows 11? It's like, bro, there was like 20, no, not 20. There was like 5 or 6 different screens like that before you actually can log into Windows, where it's like just trying to get you to do stuff, install stuff, you know, turn on things that are annoying, that take up more usage on your computer. Just enough with all that. Linux Mint Cinnamon, you customize it however you want using the command line after you've done that clean install. Let me see, what else do I have in my notes here? So yeah, it's also stable. It doesn't randomly crash. You know, it doesn't have driver updates that break after, you know, certain things get updated. One thing I want to mention is my work computer uses Windows 11, and they recently put out a patch that stopped it from being able to shut down because it boots in secure mode or something like that. Safe secure mode, something like that. It has a specific setting turned on, and whenever I would turn off my computer, it would like shut down, do all that, shut down for 3 seconds, and then reboot itself. And this was a problem for all of January 2026, and then half of February. They finally fixed it halfway through. I was gonna make a video on like how to work around that in Windows, but they finally put out the patch to update that. Man, they're like using AI tools to code their OS, and they're not properly checking the code or something. I don't know what's going on, but how can you break shutting down on your computer? That's an embarrassment, dude. Like, these guys are much more methodical with their updates, and you know, I really appreciate that. But the biggest thing for me, man, like I said, is it feels like a computer again. It's not like a service. It's not trying to upsell me on a bunch of subscriptions. It just works. Things are open source on it. It works. It's lighter weight. So it's like the go-to OS. I mean, like any version of Linux, whatever distribution you want, which means like, you know, you can get Ubuntu, you can get Mint Cinnamon, you can get Linux Mint, another version. I don't know my distributions too well off the top of my head, but there's a lot, and you can get, they look completely different. You know, you might get a distro that's not as close to Windows like this one is. This one's like a very Windows user-friendly distro, which I like, but you know, it's a lot easier on the older devices. The only downside I'll give it is that it's not as good for gaming as Windows is, and that's just because game developers know that Windows eats up most of the market, so they optimize their games for Windows. They build their games to be working well on Windows, even over Mac OS, but besides the point. Like, they accept the slop and they build Steam games, for example, for Windows. Epic Games or whatever Fortnite's a part of. It works better on Windows. And Steam games do work. You can see I got Valheim, Dark Souls Remastered, Golf with Friends, Star Wars Battlefront 2 Classic here. And you can launch Steam and all, but Steam uses this thing called Steam Proton, which is like an additional layer on top of the game that translates... sorry if I'm explaining this wrong, but it'll basically make the game Linux compatible. It'll run the game, run Steam Proton on top of it, and then you can actually play the game on your computer. That takes an FPS tax of about 15 to 30%. So like what that means is if you were to run like that same game, for example, Dark Souls Remastered, on the same computer but with Windows on it, it would have 15 to 30% more frames per second, which is a big difference, man. So that is the only reason why I haven't switched my gaming tower over to Linux. Like, I am getting sick of all the slop and bloatware Windows 11's been coming with. It's just getting bigger and bigger, more and more storage, it uses more and more resources, but games work better on it. And I can't, like, I play games with my boys. I can't get away from having 30% less FPS. But for an older device like this, where I have like a NVIDIA 960M graphics card in it, which, used to be able to run CSGO back in the day. Now, it can run, the most it can run is Dark Souls Remastered. I tried Dark Souls 3, it can't handle it. Even if I had Windows 11, it couldn't handle it. It's fine. Like, I can run a couple older games on it, or lighter weight games, Valheim on low settings. Chained Together doesn't actually run. I should probably uninstall that. Star Wars Battlefront 2 runs totally fine. So for me, Linux Mint Cinnamon on my older device basically brought it back to life. Yes, I helped the overheating problem with replacing the thermal paste, but this OS just uses so much less resources on my computer, and the temps are just better. It's much snappier, it starts up much faster, shuts down much faster. It's like almost like it was working 10 years ago. It used to be really fast, this thing, and over time the hardware got dustier and dustier, the paste got drier and drier, and the OS got bigger and bigger, so this poor thing was struggling. But now, I've brought it back to life, and I'm very happy with it. So I will be using this distro going forward. I love Linux Mint Cinnamon, guys. And I recommend, if you got an older device, don't throw it out. Just try wiping it clean, doing a fresh install of Linux Mint Cinnamon, and just see how it works. I guarantee you it's going to be a lot faster. And that's where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.